TDS added a new quest system called Missions, which can award you with 7 skins, some of them being brand new. In this video, I'll be showcasing every single level of every single skin and giving my personal ranking of how good they are. So hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get started. Starting off strong, we have the Cybernetic Crook. At level 0, it has a robot face, a black suit with a paradoxum logo, gray gloves, and a custom gun. At level 1, nothing really changes. At level 2, he gets an antenna on the side of his head. At level 3, he gets a different animation and it gets an upgraded gun. And at max level, he gets a bigger head and a briefcase on its back. This skin also gets some really cool custom units. This is how the pistol crooks look, this is how the Tommy Crook looks, and this is how the upgraded Tommy Crook looks. The skin itself is my favorite part, having a very clean design. However, on top of that, the custom units is a very cool addition. So I'm gonna give this skin a 9 out of 10. The only issue I have is that the robot's animation is a little bit goofy. Next up, we have the Phantom Gladiator. At level 0, it has a white, red, and black mask, a black outfit, and a katana instead of a sword. It also has a custom animation. At level 1, it gets a pair of black gloves. Nothing changes at level 2. At level 3, it has a neon blade coming out of its helmet. At level 4, it has a white bolt on its arms. And at max level, the katana turns red. Also, as you can see, it has a custom animation when attacking. This skin is awesome. Not only does it have a completely different model, it has a very unique animation, and I personally love it. So because of that, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. There really isn't anything I want to change about this skin. Next up, we have the Railgun Ranger, which unfortunately is extremely bugged and doesn't have an attack animation. This is what it would look like if I had one. At level 0, it has a cowboy hat, a custom gun, and a brown coat. At level 1, it gets a pair of black gloves. At level 2, it gets a gas mask with some red lenses. At level 3, its cowboy hat gets replaced with a helmet. And at max level, its goggles turn neon red, and his gun turns super long, orange, and neon, and it has a flaming fire at the end of its barrel. I think the custom animation is dope, and I really like the fire at the max level. However, the colors are a little bit weird, and it's not really my thing. So I'm gonna have to give this like a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, we got the Slayer Shotgunner. At level 0, it has a big helmet, a green tank top, and some green pants. At level 1, it gets a brown gloves. At level 2, it gets a double barrel shotgun. At level 4, it gets a green armored vest. And at max level, its gun turns neon red, and it gets a little mounted gun on its shoulder. In terms of design and colors, I'm not the biggest fan of the skin. However, because it is a reference to the Doomslayer from Doom, I gotta give this at least an 8.5 out of 10. Also, I think the gun sounds and looks way more powerful, so that's a plus. Next up, we got the Phantom Commander. At level 0, it has a robot head and ears, a white suit with a red tie, a walkie-talkie, and a hexagon stand. At level 1, it gets a pair of black gloves. At level 2, it gets an extra gun strapped to his chest. At level 3, it gets a black coat. And at max level, it gets 2 red belts on its coat. And this skin also has a bunch of custom voice lines for its ability. Here are a couple. This skin is great. It has a really cool design, a clean animation, and even if a little bit goofy, I really like the voice lines. So I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. The only problem I have is that level 0 is a little bit basic. Next up, we got the Phantom Minigunner. At level 0, it has some thick black body armor. At level 1, it gets a metal mask and some black gloves. At level 2, it gets a black helmet that completely covers his face with 2 neon eyes. At level 3, it gets some gray body armor on his chest. And at max level, its helmet now has some ears, it has 8 eyes, and it has a bunch of more armor on its body. I think the max level is a really nice design between bulky, tough, and a little bit of cute. However, I think the earlier levels are a little bit lacking, so because of that, I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. Still, really cool skin. Next up, we got the Railgun Ranger. At level 0, it has a green and black outfit, a black hood, a neon pink mask, and a gun that's animation is unfortunately broken. If it wasn't broken, this is how it would look, which is really cool. At level 1, it gets some extra armor pads on its arms. At level 2, it gets a giant battery on its back. At level 3, its battery gets even bigger and it now has some pistons on the side. And at max level, its color palette turns black and purple and it gets an even bigger gun, which unfortunately is again broken. This is how the animation will look if the animation wasn't bugged. Super awesome, yay, cool, amazing. I think once the animations are fixed, I think this is an easy 9 out of 10 skin. The only issue I have with it is I don't really like the color palette at the earlier levels, but the animation of the gun is so crazy that I don't really care. Now, last but definitely not least, we have the Nuclear Accelerator. It has some zombie skin, a hazmat suit, a neon green hand, a toxic barrel as a fuel tank, and it shoots out a green laser. At level 1, it gets a green visor and some neon green lights on its arms. At level 2, it gets 2 fuel tanks on its back. At level 3, its suit is now gray and it has a lot more neon green lights across his body. At level 4, it gets a gray hood with some neon green horns, and at max level, its mask now has the shape of a bull and its neon lights have turned blue. I think this skin is fantastic. Not only is it a really cool reference to the final boss of Polluted Wastelands 2, it has a great color palette and design for all of its levels. However, I do kind of think that the blue color looks a lot worse than the green, and because of that, I'm gonna have to rank it as a 9 out of 10. Still, great skin. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below which one of these skins is your favorite. And if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to join the Blue Head Mafia. Also, if you want to talk to me, consider checking out my Discord. We got some pretty cool features, like a custom party finder bot that will automatically pair you up with other people who are trying to do the same strategy. There's a link to the server pinned in the comments. And finally, I want to give a huge shout out to these channel members for supporting my content. If you want to add me as a friend on Roblox or get early access to some of my videos, consider becoming a channel member. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. Anyways, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.